Yeah, there's so much DBD stuff. That's why I like my league's name, Champions of the Fog. You know, you can't really get that too mixed up. Based on spawn... Well, they're definitely not on shack, so they're gonna probably be over here, over there. Somewhere on this side. Let's kind of take a look and see for some crows. Crew hasn't been disturbed there, nor there. They're not on the gen either. But I do see Survivor over here, so they probably spawn in this back corner, methinks. Let's shock out and get some info. That's 1, 2, so it looks like they've headed towards shack at the very least. Noted. Looks like they sprinted this way. Another Survivor over here. That is the Yui. Yep, let's block her out of that. That electrode is ridiculous, guys. Can I just point that out? Like, this electrode is just such a good thing for Doctor. Makes it so that I don't have to be as far, as close for the shock therapy. It just works out so well. There's a dead hard. Won't matter, though. Like, the green add-on is just such a godsend. I regret not using this more often. Alright, let's get you up on a hook. This will be 1-for-1 to hooks the gens. I don't hear them in check. I'll only just take a quicker, closer listen. So no one there. We do know that someone is nearby. Let's check if they're in middle. Yeah, they are. I just saw them. We'll shock them out. Let's break this. Since we have no real gen regression, the only thing that's going to help us out is using our madness tiers to ensure that they can't really do much. Sure, sure. I mean, getting this pallet out of the way is not a bad thing for us. Alright, he goes in. And we see a Nia now on the gen. So let's get her out of here. She's going to play this pallet. We'll hit the ace instead. He's in a worse off position, so we can get the more immediate hit. He goes back around and over towards this pallet. Yeah, I mean, this puts you in a pretty awkward position, though, Ace. Yep, so now you can't double back, and down he goes. Okay, most games of Doc, just think of him as an M1 killer until a big shot comes. That's one way of looking at him. He's also just a really good anti-looping killer, but, like, you need the gen regression. The passive gen regression's amazing, too, off of Ruin, due to the fact that you can shock them in Madness Tier 3 and ensure that they can't work on gens until they've snapped out of it. Alright, Yui, what's the game plan? You have Sprint Burst, makes sense. We'll hit her. Should probably drop the pallet now. And dead hard. Doesn't really get very far, so that works out. Yeah, I mean, it's 2 gens. Right now, like I said, we're 1-for-1 on hooks the gens, especially on Ormond. That makes a lot of sense since we have 0 gen regression. Ooh. They haven't gotten the unhook on the ace yet. I'll get the hit on her. She goes back around. Kind of wish I would have gotten that hit a little bit sooner, but c'est la vie. She'll drop the pallet. Let's lock her in. And she goes for the bar, but she won't make that because that's going to be a mid-vault. Herman's an Angie boy? I think Herman's a little bit crazy, let's be honest here. Alright, let's put you on the hook that the Yui was on. She has any means necessary, so she wants to stun me on that pallet right there. Huh. Interesting. I'm not sure what that was, if that was BT or what, but let's shock out for the ace. No, he's in the middle. Okay, I'm gonna pick you up then. Let's see. Let's put her over here, and I think the Yui still needs to snap out of it. No, she snapped out of it. She just hasn't mended yet. Noted. I was hopeful that I might be able to get the shock there. Stop that. Stop that, Yui. I'm not gonna let you get that challenge. Nia. Dead hard. Okay, you dead hard into a wall, so that doesn't really matter too much. It was BT? Yeah, I figured that it probably was. Wasn't entirely certain, though. I hear them healing right behind me. Hi, Yui, can you stop trying to use any means necessary, please and thank you? There's Dead Hard. Get you down. Yui up. Let's tier you up. Okay, I guess we'll go back for the Yui. The Nia probably has BT because the Ace is the one who gave the BT to the other Yui earlier, so we'll pick her up now. Alright, upsy daisy. I mean, at this point, I think we've turned the game around. If we had Ruin, this would be, like, more than over, for sure. I mean, Doctor's a lot of fun. A lot of people pass up on Doctor for one reason or another. I don't quite understand it. But he's a fun killer to play. He dodged it. That's surprising. Yep, you get locked in. So with Electro, you can lock survivors into Shack if they've dropped the God pallet, by the way. It's amazing when it works out well. It just means that they pretty much cannot do anything until they get downed or hit. Ideally, they're already injured, so they just get down to that point. That's the ideal scenario for sure. So that was probably a pallet that the Yui threw in order to get the Tome Challenge. Like, she's desperately trying to get this Tome Challenge, and maybe I'll let her get it. Maybe, we'll see. But I bet you that's a pallet that got thrown. Oh, that's a 10% regression on that gen. Let's shock him out. Wow, Nia just barely got out of range for that. Alright, down she goes. Yeah, I'd say you guys might want to put up the poll at this point. I'm pretty sure that Nia's either dead or on Death Hook. So yeah, I think this game is about over. Yep. So all that leaves is the Yui and the Ace. And they're over somewhere here. Alright, you two. Yep, there we go. 10% regression on that. And they don't really have much to use here anymore. Mid-vault means that you can't use your Dead Hard. And Ace, come on, Acey boy. You should realize by now that that's a bad idea. He did the exact same thing to Yui did, like, word for word, if he was speaking. But we'll pick up the Yui first off and foremost, get her on the hook, and by the time that she's on the hook, we'll be able to determine what happens to the Ace. But yeah, once you start getting their mana tiers up and getting them off of gens, the Doctor is just such a good killer. Like, as long as you're managing them well, ensuring they can't do much, it's good. Hatch is a no. Alright, Ace. Sorry to say, my boy, but the guilty ones have spoken and they seek your blood. Hello, Doc. How goes it? That hook's gone, so I guess we'll just bring it back to basement. Thought you said Hatch is a hook? Confused. I may have said something. Maybe it's opposite, you know, Hatch equals hook. Oh, hey, look at that. There's Hatch. Amy thought I was saying no hook because of the emo. Oh, gotcha. Hatch is a no hook. There we go. I see what you're saying now. But GG, well played.